Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. We are going to repair the hinge on my son's Chromebook. A couple weeks ago, he opened it up and he snapped the hinge in some way. I don't know. And I was able to order a replacement hinge, so it's a factory OEM hinge. And I thought it'd be an interesting little video to throw up there on how relatively easy it is to replace these things. And if you have something break like this in the future, seeing others quickly and easily do it should help kind of give you some confidence that you don't need to bring this out to repair or toss it and buy a new one. So without further ado, let's jump over the table, get this laptop apart and replace the hinge. Alright, so here's our laptop with the broken hinge. Right now it looks like a perfectly functional laptop, but this hinge right here, as you can see, pretty broken. So it still functions as far as opening and closing. You got to be a little careful over here, but you can see we've got some disconnect right here. So to make this repair, we're going to need a small set of screwdrivers. I have this little separating tool. I believe they've got all kinds of interesting names. This one is the iSesame. It's a little piece of thin metal that can slide in between the casings and help pop them apart without breaking little tabs on them. And then we need the replacement hinges, which I have in this bag. So let's get this laptop flipped over, we'll get the screwdriver set up, and we'll start taking this puppy apart. Alright, so here we are. Top of the laptop. Don't mind all the stickers. My son likes stickers. Here's our broken hinge right here. You can see that nice, jagged, sharp, broken piece of metal. We're going to start on the bottom. So we're going to grab a screwdriver, whatever your trusty screwdriver is, and we're just going to start popping out the screws. You want to keep track of the screws. They're all very small and they will disappear on you. Alright, once you've got all of your screws out, you're going to notice that the lid doesn't really come super loose. That is where our little fancy tool comes in. This can just sit in between the plastic. And you can hear you just running along the edges. There must be a little tab right there that pops up. Alright, here's our top plate. We're going to put that off to the side. So here we are. Here's our broken hinge. So we're going to start, again, just by removing the two screws that attach the hinge. Take that out. And here is the bottom half of our broken hinge. And here is our whole hinge. These hinges do have a left and right side, so depending on which side that you're replacing, you'll have to replace the correct hinge. But here is the whole piece, unbroken. So I'm just going to lay the plate on the back of this so I can flip this over. Now Chromebooks like to do this fun thing of every time you open the lid, they're like, hey, let's go on. So this may turn on in a second. There it is. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. So we're going to let it power back up, and we're going to shut it back off again. Alright, so no screws. We don't see any visible screws here. So you're like, how do you get in here? Welcome to our tool again. So you're going to again find a seam on the edge of here, and this little piece right here just pops up nice and easy. Like so. There's a little spot here in the back, so what we're going to do is we're just going to flip this over. Pop that up from this side. And then zoop. There's our frame. So, thanks Chrome. Thanks Chrome. Alright, so we have, this is part of the hinge mechanism right here. This side is good. This is clearly the broken one. So we're going to take our screwdriver and we're going to remove the screws from around our display. So we can pop this piece up. Be very delicate with this. There's some cables in here. Just flip it right over. You want to be careful with this wire right here. So now our old broken hinge can pop right out. So now the tricky part of getting this in and in the right place. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift this up. And we're going to put this in place there. Now we're going to put the display back on. I really should have washed the display before I did this video because it is disgusting. I don't know how my son uses this. Alright, again we're going to grab our small screws. We're going to put these back in to hold this part of the hinge back in. Alright, so this part of the hinge is actually replaced. So we're going to pop our little piece on here. It'll all just kind of click back in. And then we're going to flip this back over because we need to take our back bottom plate off again, which may have, there we go. Alright, so here is the replacement hinge on the other side. So we're going to flip this over and bend it down so it's in the right orientation. And this is going to be the fun part. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. Alright. And as you can see, everything kind of just aligns right back up into place. So we're going to grab our screws. Now, on this particular bracket, they've actually marked these two little arrows right here. This shows, or these triangles, these show where the screws are going to go in, and this screw right here is going to be part of the back casing. So when you put your screws back in, keep an eye on them. Otherwise, you'll put a screw back in, and then when you go to pop the back case on, you'll have a screw blocking your hole for the back casing. Alright, so that hinge is right back in. And now we're just going to make sure everything is all in there, all set, like that. Take our back plate, put it back on, zoom out a little bit so you guys can see everything. So back plate, just going right back on. You can just kind of click in the little pieces. These are all the plastic tabs that we opened up earlier. And get back to putting screws in. Alright, so with that, let's see. Oh yeah, buttery smooth. No problem. We are missing the little piece of plastic right here. I mean, he lost that ages ago, but... And with that, we have a whole laptop again. Alrighty. Super quick video, quick repair, nice and easy, just the way that I like them. If you enjoy videos like this, seeing repairs, seeing weird oddball creations and other things that I may come up with, please like, subscribe to the channel. I've got some ideas coming to get some content back up on the page, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the future. Yeah, thanks. Adam out.
The amateur hobbyist, 'cause life's too short for just one hobby. Get ready for exploring, tinkering, and problem solving. Get ready for some hobby fun that's great for everyone.